Welcome back to WSY sessions for an agripreneurship. And this session we'll be talking about transplanting seedlings and also care and maintenance. Of course, you have to care and maintain for your plants, right? So stay tuned as we dive into the lesson.
A very important part of your soil preparation is your soil. And good soil is equal to good plants. So here we have some compost, which is basically some grass and coconut husks that was mixed with some chicken manure, wet and covered down under this tarpaulin. Once a week we turn it, and this is the results. So we are going to use this in our soil preparation. Right, so step 1, get we compost. Step 2, we have all the elements of our soil mix that we are about to do. On the left here, we have some, this is coconut bark that has been finely ground. This is going to help with the porosity of the soil. Porosity, it is going to help the water flow through the soil quickly and not stick so that the soil wouldn't clamp together. It is important that we have this because the topsoil that we have here is more on the clayey side, which is really speaking of closer to mud. So the particles are a little closer together. So to enhance the porosity of this topsoil, we are using this gentleman over here. We will also be using some Pro-Mix. If you don't have Pro-Mix, that is not a problem. What we want to do is to create the best situation for our plants. Good, healthy soil leads to good, healthy plants. So it's all about proportion. What we do in here, we have a bucket and a half of the topsoil. We have a half bucket of our coconut mixture, and we have just about a little more than a quarter bucket of our compost. It is important that these proportions are adhered to. You want to make sure that at least a half of your mixture is your topsoil. No more than 20% is your compost, and this could also be referred to as a bulking agent, which gives body to the mass of your soil. So we're looking for about a little a half bucket in this fella here. This is good peat moss or Pro-Mix, which contains perlite in it, which assists the soil in the proper way. Now, you might not have compost because we spoke a little earlier about the composting process, but you may have animal dung. You may have rabbit, you might have chicken, you might have goat and sheep. You may also have some ducks as well. Those are very good things, but you must make sure that they are cured before you enter them into your mix. So we're back at it again, and in this video we'll be talking a bit about seedling transplanting. Now, in order for you to give your seedlings the best opportunity to do well, I would suggest a spot planting method. Planting is basically removing the soil from one spot and you're putting it back with soil that has been mixed and would give the plants the best opportunity to thrive before the roots meet this soil, which is a little bit more harder. So I've already gotten some of my soil mix into the hole. Today we will be planting pimentos. I have here a tool with me that has been innovated for this purpose. It's basically one of those hand shovels that has been bent, so I could get a kind of hoe action. You know, it's a very multi-purpose tool, has multiple purposes. And we'll be planting some pimentos. And basically you want to get the root ball, which is this part of the plant here, covered just about an inch up to the stem right here. So you're going to get that hole using these two fingers, get it in, make sure the roots are proper here. There you have it. Seedling transplanting made simple. You're almost to the end of our transplanting section, and it would be important to note the space away from each plant. Now if you look here, this is an old, dearly departed pimento tree, and if I want to put it right here, you would see where the branches have grown to. Now what we would do as these plants grow, because of their spacing, is prune their leaves a bit so that everybody has enough space to live, because it is important to have space to breathe. Our last step of the transplanting is the watering. Now that these plants are in their new home, they will need to acclimate themselves. Just get accustomed to it is now. You know, it's a new setting, a new place, you know, a new atmosphere. So the water, we're going to water them and, you know, say a prayer. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Seedling transplantation 101. Alfama! Alfama!
Oi! Yeah, talk to me. Talk to me.
What's the business of pimento? How much money you could make from one tree of pimento?
Boy, you'll be surprised to know. So let me tell you, let me break it down, right? One pimento seedling will cost you approximately 50 cents. It could be cheaper too as well, right? When you plant that one pimento seedling, you water it, you mold it, you make sure and you weed it, you make sure the plant grow nice and healthy. You could get thousands of pimento pepper from that crate if you plant a full crate.
Wait.
Right?
You mean a 1,000 pimento from one tree?
From one tree, you could actually get 1,000 pimento from one tree because each picking could give you almost 75 to 100 to even 150 pimentos at one point in time. Right? The more the tree flowers, the more peppers you will actually get. That means the more you take care of it, the more you give it love and attention, and you mold them up nice and properly, you can get plenty pimento pepper. You know, one bag of pimento could be up to about 400 and in peak season, Christmas time, almost 600 TT dollars.
Like the crocus, the kind of feed
The
bag.
crocus bag of pimento. So check the business in that there. When during Christmas time, people who planting pimento and selling pimento pepper, them is boss in the market.
Pimento is big business.
Pimento is big business. And think about how much people across the world, all them Trinis who go away, Trinbagonians who travel away, that flavor that they want in their pot is pimento.
Okay.
So the one thing they always asking their family for is pimento pepper, right? So imagine you plant a crate of pimento. You plant, how much pimento you plant? 8 pimento? Nah, man, you joking, man. You imagine you plant a whole field of pimento.
IRL thing.
Okay.
IRL thing. I go and plant that thing.
I hope so. I hope so.
I don't know about you, but I say yes to agribusiness.
We say yes to agripreneurship.
We say yes to agripreneurship.
We say yes to agripreneurship. And again, as I always tell everybody, if you plant one tree, you'll what?
Eat for free.
And
that would
guarantee food security.
talk now.
We say yes to agripreneurship. So again, thank you for joining and looking at the videos on seedling transplanting and care and maintenance. I hope you all could better appreciate taking care of your plants now that you see how much love and attention these plants need. Right, so stay tuned for the next episode as we continue saying, we say yes to agripreneurship.